I don't really like picking it up, just because, yeah, I don't know. I feel like
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Learn English with Teachify. I'm Lewis. There's Will, and
Hey
there's
guys.
Mickey over there.
hello, everyone. Hey, how are we? Everybody good? I hope everybody's well. Sorry, I'm just doing an introduction on my own there, Lewis. I know you normally do it, so back to you.
No, Mickey, be my guest. You can take the lead on this. It's
Oh,
on
yeah.
you. It's your turn. The ball is in your court, so do whatever you want. You're a free man.
I am a free man. Thank you very much. Well, firstly, as always, something we always forget to do is tell you guys to listen, to subscribe, to turn your notifications on, to follow the Instagram page, to watch the reels and shorts and comments. And that's it. Just remember to do that. Today, what we're going to do today, we're going to talk about telephone conversations, which is quite an interesting topic. There's a lot of vocabulary, phrasal verbs, and expressions which you might learn, and we hope you learn today. So I am going to get the ball rolling. Let's just not go on to the topic just yet, but we'll have a quick intro to see how things have been going. Will,
Oh,
you
thanks.
look very cold. Where are you, and why are you wrapped up so warm? Phrasal
It's
verb alert, wrapped up.
that's a good, yeah. Honestly, it's quite cold in a weird way. It's like 13 degrees, but at night I assume it gets lower. But yeah, it's because the walls are really thin of the houses in Spain. I'm sure Lewis understands from Seville.
Hmm.
You're kind of warmer outside than you are inside
Mm.
because it's just stagnant air. So I'm not cold, but I am cozy. All right, wrapped up
Ooh,
in this.
cozy.
It's almost a turtleneck, like what's his name, Steve Jobs. So kind of
Uh-huh.
sort of like, oh,
Your
this is going to be
Just
idol.
my
while we're on that, while we're on that topic, do we know any vocabulary to say when it's cold? So we can say it's cold. We can say it.
freezing.
Chili,
Okay, we've got freezing. We've got chilly.
cool,
And yeah, I know cool. I know one
Nippy,
more.
nippy.
nippy.
That's it's nippy. Okay.
Oh
Good.
dear.
So you're cozy and you're warm in your house. Very nice. And Lewis, how are you? How has your week been so far?
Well, my week's been all right so far, but as I was just mentioning to both of you before, it's been raining non-stop over the last week, and looking at the forecast, it's going to continue to rain non-stop over the next week. And I like rain. Like, I'm a fan. If you're at home, you can hear the rain, you're nice and cozy, you have maybe a little blanket with you as well.
Oh,
Oh
that is
wow.
so Spanish. That is so Spanish,
It's
Lewis.
lovely. It's lovely because I'm resisting. I don't want to turn on the central heating and the radiators just yet. My idea is to wait until November. But it's pretty cold because yes, I am stingy. I am tight-fisted. I'm cheap. I don't like spending money. But that's why I have my blanket. But I was telling you, I have a leak. I have a leak because
What,
it's
like a
been
vegetable?
raining.
You can't
No,
talk
but I
about
do.
hair like that.
I do love leeks. Great vegetable, very, very underrated and underused. Really, really sweet, lovely. Um, but no, I have a leak, which means I have a little bit of water which comes from the roof. Little drops fall. So right in front of me, I have a bucket to collect these little drops of water. So I could say that I'm doing well and I'm having a great week, but with the leak, it's not great. I've had better days.
Yeah, it doesn't sound fun, Lewis. But it's almost the weekend, and hopefully the sun will come out and you can enjoy a few pints, a few beers in Brussels, some of their delightful beer selections that they have.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Touch wood, touch wood. Let's see, let's see. But anyway, now let's get into the topic. So, as Mickey said, we're going to be speaking about phones and phone calls. So, first of all, Will, tell me, what kind of phrases are commonly used on the phone? When someone rings you or when you ring someone, what do you normally say?
That is a
What
great.
do I say when you ring me? That's the good question.
You say, what do you want now? Usually, if I phone Mickey, it's because usually I have a question for something really important, and he's like, "What do you want now? I'm trying to see a fish." I think
The mola
because
mola.
that's a throwback to when Mickey was trying to find a mola mola, a sunfish, and he
Yeah.
couldn't find it. Yeah, but no, I honestly always answer the phone in a very. I just say hello, and that's it. I don't say in the past. I'm curious. Did you guys or your parents? Did anyone repeat the phone number?
What do you
No.
mean? Like, what,
I remember this from when I lived. My parents used to answer the phone and say the phone number. So they say,
their own phone
yeah,
number?
it was, and I
Hello,
remember the
one two
phone
seven
number
four
as
five six
well.
nine one one four speaking.
Yeah, yeah, it was literally this. It was like hello 563 277, and it was like this.
That
So
is.
I used to do that, and then I stopped and I just said hello. And usually,
What do you want?
I'm angry. If someone phones me, I'm generally angry because they've interrupted maybe nothing, but they don't know that. And I always think that's really rude of you to interrupt me or not think about me maybe doing something.
While
What was
you're
the
playing
Yeah.
chess.
I don't know. Obviously, Will is waffling on again, but I do have a question. Like to piggyback onto that. Will's only expression that he uses when
and
he's in class.
I never teach it. I just say it.
Do you know, like when you pick up a phone when somebody rings and they say, for example, "Hi, I'd like to speak to Will or Lewis." Do you respond with, "Yeah, that's me," or would you say, "Yeah, that's him"?
I
I
would
don't
say
think
yeah.
anyone. Yeah.
I would say yeah, that's me. Or I would say yes, Lewis speaking. Because some people,
Okay.
when they pick up the phone, when they answer the phone, they say speaking. Mr. Rollinson speaking. Lewis speaking.
Mr. Rollinson speaking. It sounds so
Mr.
official.
Rollinson speaking. Yes, yes, I am the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Cannot you tell?
I had someone
I
phone
mean,
me.
you'd do a better job probably.
Oh,
Well, yeah.
politics! I had this yesterday. Someone phoned me, and it's when they're selling something, or it always cuts out the very beginning. So I just said Alfredo, and I was like, "Hello," and then they said Alfredo, and I was like, "Okay," and then he said, "Hi, this is Juan," and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Are you?" He said, "Blah blah blah." And I said, hold on, are you Alfredo or are you Juan?" And he was like, "No, you're Alfredo. I'm Juan." I was like, "I'm not." He was like, "Oh, I
There's
think
only
I've got the
Juan
number."
Alfredo.
I was like, "I think you have, yeah." All right. It was weird.
Oh dear. And so you repeat the number and say, "Hello, William speaking."
No, I just say hello, and then they say, "Hi, is this Will?" I say, "Yep," and I leave it very short because I'm always cautious what they're going to say. Usually going to sell me something, so I'm waiting. I'm just waiting to say, thank you very much. I'm not interested," and I hang up. That's generally my phone
We all
call.
know that's a lie. Your waiting is to get your bank card out and buying whatever it is that they're trying to sell.
Oh, on the company line, yes, the 100%. Yeah, yeah. If it's the company phone, I say, whoa, don't tell me, don't tell me. Let me give you the bank details first, and then you can tell me what it is.
Oh dear.
So this is a bit of an inside joke, people. If you don't know, Will has a bit of a tendency at Teachify to buy things which we don't actually need. So me and Lewis, we take the Mickey out of him because he has no willpower to resist a good, what do we say? A good, a bargain on a phone call. That's
Exactly.
it.
When I said that I'm quite stingy, or at least you two were saying, like, "Oh, he's really tight-fisted, he's really stingy," it's partially true. But then Will is the opposite with certain things, where he just likes paying for Notion, for example, or
Yeah.
other stuff like that.
Okay.
I'm in the middle. I balance it out, I think. So it kind of works well. The dynamics work well.
Notion was a mistake, and is also it wasn't a company cost, that was a will cost, because it all came out of my account. So no one suffered except me on this one. I'll tell you what, that I do pay for, I think I'm the only one in the world who pays for ChatGPT.
Definitely not in the world, but within Teachify for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
anyway, let's stick to the topic. And I have another question because this is what happens to me at least. But I'm curious about Mickey. Mickey, do you feel nervous or anxious or uncomfortable when you're speaking on the phone? Because I never really know what to say. And sometimes I'm just waiting, like, okay, when can I hang up? Because I feel a little bit nervous on the phone. Mickey, does it happen to you?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't like talking on the phone at all. I prefer doing like video calls if I have to. Like, if it's with friends, yeah. But if it's like work related things, or like if it's a number that I don't know, like an unrecognized number on my phone, which is quite a lot of the time. And also, I'm in a bit of a time difference, and I never know what it could be related to, and blah blah blah. So I would prefer somebody to message me or email me or booking a meeting. Yeah, but I don't really like talking on the phone. No, it's yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make me anxious. It's more, I don't know. I just don't. I don't like people ringing me. I don't like someone ringing my phone. It's my phone. Why are you ringing
Stay
it?
away.
Do, do, do you guys get angry because you think it's rude of them to interrupt your day?
No.
I wouldn't take it that far. I wouldn't take
Me
it that
neither.
far.
No,
But uh,
no, no, me neither.
speaking about my own case, is that I never pick up the phone. Never ever. Even when I know the person who's ringing me, I just wait and I wait until it rings out and then I send them a message. And I'll say, "Oh, sorry,
No.
I was I swear to God, I swear that I hate speaking on the phone. So I'll just wait until it rings out and then I'll send them a message and say, "Oh, sorry, I was on the treadmill, like running at the gym." And if it's a number that I don't know and I don't recognize, never ever. And I will
Yeah.
not send them a message. I will not call back. I won't ring them back because I think that if it's important enough, they will always contact me in another way. They'll send me an email or something like that. My phone is precious and I don't like to speak on the phone at all. I don't know if it's clear by this point.
No,
This
but I think
reminds
also
me.
like I think because of the amount of times you get like a phone call and you pick it up and it's always and it's like unimportant,
Hello,
it's irrelevant,
Jazztel.
it's someone's, yeah, and then you're like, oh, and then you keep it happens again. So then you're like, oh, look, I'm just not picking up any phone calls now. And like you say, if it's important, then they will send an email or something, and then you'll manage it that way. But yeah, I'm the same in that sense.
I know this, Lewis, because one time I phoned you, and it was very important as well, because I never phoned you. It was very important. In as in we needed a solution in 10 minutes, and I phoned Lewis. Lewis, you just sent me a picture of you out.
I mean, it was pretty relevant to what's happening right now because I had gone for a walk and then it started pissing it down. It started pouring it down. It started chucking it down. It started raining cats and dogs. And whilst that was happening and I was getting wet through, I was getting soaked, this guy called me and I was like, oh, I'll let it ring out and then send a message, which I did. And it was me looking like an unhappy wet dog being like, Will, I'm sorry, but I cannot help you right now.
I think he did it on purpose. I think he wasn't even out. He went out, made himself look like he'd been in the rain, sent a picture because he
That's
didn't
what I
want to
was
do
doing.
what was needed.
That's what
I
I was
think it's
doing as it was ringing.
I think it's worse than that. I think you just have a collection of photos to send people.
That's a good idea. We should do that.
One of them is me in prison.
Oh,
Can't
sorry.
speak now. Oh dear.
Now, we've been using some phrasal verbs. So I've already said to ring back or to call back, which is to return a call. I've also said to pick up the phone, which is to answer the phone. And the opposite is to hang up, which is a little bit confusing for many people because they think, okay, pick up, that's logical. You are taking the phone and you are putting it to your ear. But then if you end the phone call, you hang up. Will, do you know why this is the case?
I'm going to take this one from Will because he stole it from me, and I was the original. I was the original teacher with this one.
Oh wow!
Yeah, there's a bit of hatred here between us two for certain things. So the reason it is hang up is because years ago, telephones, you used to actually hang them up at the top when you were finished with a call. Obviously, the phones have changed, and then you had the dial, and then it was on the side, and then you have a normal mobile phone. Yeah, originally the phones you would have to hang them up when you finish the call, which is where the phrasal verb comes from. So take that, Will, stealing my explanations.
Hey, the only thing I would say is if Mickey is teaching you something,
forget it.
Just
take it with a pinch of salt.
Take it with a pinch of salt. This is a good expression. Yeah, you don't trust it 100%. Okay, maybe research first, but yeah, trust it. But this one, yeah, this is true. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Excellent.
And if Will says it's true, then it's definitely true.
Then you can take it as a matter of fact. Don't take it as with a pinch of salt. And continuing with phrasal verbs, do you guys know any other phrasal verbs related to phone calls or video calls?
Yes. And
Go ahead.
I can share it with you as well, if you like. For example, and this is specifically if maybe you work in a reception or you working with someone. So if I phone and I say, hello, can I speak to Dr. James? They say, yes, I will put you through to them now. So to put someone through is to redirect the phone call to someone. And I think that's brilliant. So I'm finished.
Yeah.
Mickey?
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, I have one. I was just thinking, like, this is also quite useful, not just for speaking on the phone, but even if you're in an English class, and maybe your teacher or even fellow students are speaking quietly and you can't quite catch or you can't quite hear what they're saying. So you can politely ask them to speak up. So this is to increase the volume when they're speaking. And this is a good one to know because obviously sometimes you have to ask people to speak up. And if sometimes they're speaking too loud, you just tell them to shut up because they're talking too loud. No, I'm joking. How would you say that if somebody was speaking too loud and you politely wanted to ask them to? Do we have a phrasal verb?
Maybe not a phrasal verb, but we could use a nice formal phrase and we could say, excuse me, Mikhail, would you be able to lower your voice, please?
Oh, I don't know how I would react to that if it was a real life situation.
Yeah, that sounds
I'm sorry, am I?
Yeah.
Sounds a bit condescending.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
Could you speak a bit quieter, I suppose? Or maybe I'd say, oh, you're very loud. Is the microphone on too sensitive?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
That's another one.
Yeah, right. Perfect. And I have another one, which is to interrupt. And this can happen in a video call, a phone call, or in normal life. If somebody interrupts you, they cut you off. Oh, yeah. Maybe I was about to say something and then he cut me off. He interrupted me. So to cut someone off is to interrupt. And when we're doing these podcasts, it happens, we cut each other off. We interrupt each other. So that said, let's put some of these phrasal verbs into practice with some conversation questions. So, Will, do friends or colleagues ever cut you off when you're speaking?
Good question. I don't really have any friends, so I only speak to my girlfriend and you guys rightly so. Okay, it's correct. You cut me off and say, "Will, stop," and I say, "Oh yeah." And Bianca, no, I'm surprisingly patient. Good question. No, yes. The answer is yes. You guys cut me off. All right. Bianca also cuts me off, but I have learned to just be patient, write down my thoughts, and then say, "Have you finished?" Okay, no. And then she continues. I continue writing down my thoughts. And I say, "Have you finished?" Okay. And then if someone cuts me off, I say, "Hold on, I haven't finished." Thank you. But yeah, that's what I would
Please
say.
let me finish. I
Please.
can imagine it, you and Bianca, actually. The dynamics is an interesting one.
Yeah, it's a volatile situation.
Wow.
It's
Sounds
a
like
bit
a
like
roller
crypto.
coaster.
It's it becomes the arguments are organized because I have
I
to
think,
organize the argument, so
yeah. Okay, we don't really care. Don't really
let's
want
go.
to talk about that
Right,
now.
let
We've
me
opened up a door there.
all right.
Just before you ask another question, sorry to cut you off, but you said, hold on. Is there another way of saying hold on?
I would say, I don't know if this is right actually, but I would say, oh, just a sec, like, because you're still talking, maybe and somebody's interrupting you. Say, oh, just a sec, I just want to finish what I'm saying. I think that's quite a polite thing, no? Just a
Yeah,
sec.
sure. So hold on, just a sec. Will, any other ways of saying hold on?
I feel as if you're asking me to say one specific one, and I'm trying to find it, and I cannot. So maybe could you wait a moment?
Okay, could you wait a moment? What I'm eliciting
This is
is
what
really, really similar. And it is hang on. Because if you want to tell someone to wait a second or to stop, we say hold on, or we can also say hang on. And if we want to use one of these animal idioms, which we spoke about last week, we can also say hold your horses.
That's true. I like that one. Oh,
Sorry.
this is a good
Now,
podcast and video. This one.
Will, go ahead. Now, go ahead. Now you can ask your question.
Okay, I'll crack on. All right, I can't think of more phrasal verbs. So I'm just going to ask. Okay. All right, Mikhail.
Oh, so formal, Mikhail.
Yeah, I know. I like it. All right.
Could you please lower your tone for a second?
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Do you feel awkward? I like this word, awkward. It's a good word. Do you feel awkward or uncomfortable when you're about to hang up?
No, not at all. Zero. Actually, sometimes I don't even say bye. Most of my conversations end with "You're boring me now. I'm going. I'll speak to you later," and then the phone goes off. That's Zoom, that's Google Meet, that's WhatsApp, that's phone calls. Sometimes even in a message, I even take the time to actually say, "You're boring me. Speak later."
Wow.
So no.
You said that to my face.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's funny because actually one of the other teachers, Mark, we were messaging the other week, and he did exactly what I always do to me. He was like, "Anyway, Mickey," he's like, "You're boring me now. I'm going." And I was like, "Oh, that's my line. How has he stolen my line?"
How dare he?
Yeah.
It's a good line. It's a good line.
Yeah. But obviously,
Yeah.
you guys know that I don't mean it. I'm just, being efficient with my time, and it's funny. I like to see the reaction sometimes of other people.
Exactly. Perfect. Well, on that note, I think we can wrap up for this week. So we've been speaking about phone conversations. We've gone over some different phrasal verbs that off the top of my head. We had hang on, hold on, call back, put someone through, pick up, hang up, and the list goes on and on and on, phrasal verb. Well, go on, phrasal verb.
I mean, I didn't want to say anything because my grammar's not amazing, but you, Lewis.
Yeah, I was looking at Will, and he raised an eyebrow. I was like, okay, I should probably just clarify that. But no, that's it for this week. I hope you really enjoyed watching this YouTube video podcast or listening to the podcast on Spotify. As Mickey said at the beginning, do not forget to like this video, comment if you have any questions, and subscribe to not miss any of these episodes every single week. So that's it, I believe. Thanks a lot, and Teachify your life. Bye.
Thank you very much, guys. See you later.
Cheers,
Ciao,
guys.
ciao.
Bye, 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 bye.